How are you? Um, First of all, happy new month. Happy November to you. We just had a solar storm, so happy solar storm. Um, I took some notes. I'm gonna go over them quickly. I got more to cover than just this, but we're gonna get this part in here briefly, and I'll come back and do some other things later. There's been a list circulating about places not to take someone on the first date. The do not take me on a date here list. I hope you all have uh, been well, by the way. Let's see here. The list has the Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden, the movies, your house, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, Pizza Hut, Red Lobster, a buffet, IHOP, Denny's, the gyms, church, Starbucks, family functions, ice cream dates, sorry, movie night, Netflix, Hulu, somewhere that requires a long drive, no drinks, bowling, a bar for just drinks, hookah bar, Waffle House, sports events. I got a lot to say. Okay, excuse me. I'm just going to go through a few of these, not all of them. Give some personal experiences, and then give some details at the end. Okay? I like the Cheesecake Factory. There are certain places that my family eats at for special occasions. Seasons 52, the Cheesecake Factory, um, Red Lobster, for a normal working class family, and would be considered middle class, uh, high ranking on the government side, mom, retired musician teacher, and special ed teacher. So they are considered middle class. Special occasions would be considered the Cheesecake Factory, or Applebee's, or Olive Garden, or Texas Roadhouse, or those type of places. All right, places I would take myself would be places like Applebee's, Chili, Chipotle, the movies, any fast food chain, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wingstop, things of that nature. By the way, Wingstop is not cheap. Have you ordered wings from them through Pizza Hut delivered to your home? They're not cheap. Um, Red Lobster is good enough for Beyonce. Buffet. I love the buffet. Chinese buffet, Golden Corral buffet. I'm gonna give you some input here in a minute, but we're just gonna go through this list real quick. IHOP. When I can't sleep, I'm at IHOP during the witching hour. It's open 24/7. Coffee all throughout the morning while I'm working. That or a Denny's, when Denny's used to be open 24 hours. The gym. I went on a gym date. He wanted to watch me work out in spandex. No gym dates unless he's working out with you, not just watching. I don't see anything wrong with a gym date. But he does eventually need to take you, if you did not find out whatever questions you wanted to on that gym date, to an official date. I would not consider that an official date. Church. My first kiss happened, I was 8 or 9, was in children's church. He was a cutie pie. I don't even remember his name. I grew up in church. The men I dated with, without the exception of my last fiance, did not attend church without persuasion. The last fiance turned out to be an international player, and that's fine. He just should have let me know before I agreed to spend my time, money for the wedding location, and energy. It's okay. Like salt and pepper, he showed me what to do, and I've been learning pretty wonderfully since then. Thank you very much. The first time we met, after being on the dating site, which I don't visit dating sites anymore, um, was at a coffee place. The coffee place, it's not the coffee place's fault that the date happened. Some other things and some common sense should have happened after the coffee date. We can't blame it on the coffee. Just like you can't blame it on the alcohol. If you go to a place that serves alcohol, I'm assuming you're able to hold your liquor. I probably wouldn't do more than a 2 drink on the alcohol if you're going to go somewhere for drinks, just because it does impair your decision making. I'm going to wrap this up. Let's see here. Ice cream. One of my friends stated the guy she was with didn't have any money when he took her on his first date. He hadn't gotten paid yet. He gave her a tour of the city, a 45-minute tour of the city, then took her for ice cream after. She said it was the best date she ever had. This is all about expectations and making sure you're on the same page. Family functions. I don't think there's anything wrong with attending a family function for a date. I do not think it should happen until after the first few dates. You two need your grounding personally and together as an item. It's a first date. You don't want, movie dates. If I go to the movies, I prefer family and friends, not a date, definitely not a first date. Don't be putting your arm around me. Don't be trying to force my hands down your pants. If that's what you are looking for, we can skip the movie and discuss transaction fees up front. Let's see here. Netflix, Hulu, same concept. Upfront pricing. If you would like some services, I'm going to need you to pay up front for services. Let's see here. Now, on my second CD, Soul Tonic, because I don't really care to watch television, but the person I was with at that time did, we Netflixed and chilled for 3 straight days. That's how I came up with Slow Burn for my second EP. What he cooked for me during my first night stay there, since I seldom get a chance to unwind. The time we spent together was beautiful. The moment that it was placed there to last, that was the first time before I headed out the first time to ATL back in March 2022. Somewhere that requires a long drive. I agree with that one. I don't know you. I'm not going to go on a long drive with you. I tell tricks who want me to travel 30, 45 minutes to meet them, I'm going to need you to send me the Uber or the Lyft money up front. I'm not about to waste my time nor my gas. If their answer is no, so is mine. Not catching any planes. You don't have to worry about me spending $5K on me for a room, hotel, food, or travel expenses. If it's not an interview for a book, movie, record company, clothes, lingerie line, I'm not coming. Unless we have been meeting regularly and you have been tricking on me, then I would take a flight or something. Ain't no shacking. I have been asked about shacking. No. Been there, done that. I'm not coming to visit and live in your place for a week. That is money I can be making elsewhere, unless you pay me up front. An older girlfriend of mine went to Las Vegas with a younger African-American male. Once he got there, he started acting stupid. She said she had already asked for her plane ticket to return home up front before getting to the hotel room, plus the key upon arrival. So they both did their own thing while they were there. But the point of the story is she had a plane ticket back home and she had the room key while she was there. Let's see here. She didn't have to worry about where she was going to sleep, things of that nature. If you can't handle your alcohol, because I was talking about that earlier, don't have any while you're out. Have yours when you get back to the house. That means no drinking when you're out with him. Okay, let's see. I love bowling. Count me in. Plus, it's a physical sport. What they did not put on this list was a recreational center, because I like bumper cars. I also like museums and putt-putt. Now, I will say that during my whole excursions in the ATL, that lots of people offered me drinks and condiments, is what I'm going to call them, or street pharmaceuticals. And I don't do drugs on the job. Now, the maximum I did while down there was 1 glass of wine. He had a bottle of wine unopened. It had been a minute. I said, you know what? I'll take a glass. He had some other recreational items on him as well. That's okay. I don't want those. I'll roll it for you, but I don't want any. And he was all right. He wrote it himself. But that was it. I don't mix business and pleasure like that. And I have had some people tell me, no, you're not loose enough. You won't even have, no, I'm not the one. I want my money. You can keep the rest of whatever it is that you got. All right. I wanted to make sure my experiences were memorable and that I remembered everything that happened and that I was not influenced by anything. Okay. Strip club wasn't on there. They got hookahs in the strip club. I think the strip club should be on that. Well, should not be on that list because I like going to the strip club. I was really shocked it wasn't on there. Waffle House. If it's good enough for Sierra, I love Waffle House. It's good enough for me. Let's see here. Matter of fact, the last trick I stayed with down there before leaving, his friend, he had other people staying in his place while I was down there staying in his place. His friend took me to Waffle House before I left. I thought that was really nice of him. And we talked about business over Waffle House. Let's see here. Sports events. I used to work at an office, Dr. Ho's office, orthopedic surgeon, by the way, and that was actually his last name. People came in to give us freebies all the time, and I'm at the front desk, and the lady says, you want some Pacer tickets? Yeah. She gave me 2 Pacer tickets. I called up my friend. I got 2 Pacer tickets. Let's go to she said, yeah, girl, I'm coming. The tickets was about $80 at that time. That was back in 2001. And we did half on VIP parking. And everything in our area, I didn't know it, was covered as far as like food and drinks. So I think $80 a ticket is a pretty good amount to be spending. I don't see anything wrong with taking me to a sports event if I was dating. What I want to say is this list, if you wrote out most of these places on your list, most not all, you're not looking for a relationship. Maybe you're looking for a rich baby daddy. You are a gold digger, and there's nothing wrong with being a gold digger. It's okay. I'm your mirror today. If you cannot afford any of the places on this list, I would advise to do a self-evaluation in regards to priority, self-love being first, no relationship with anyone else until you can manage that. If you can afford all the places mentioned on the list, I was advised by a professional whore a long time ago in the industry that you go a step up. You do not have him take you somewhere you would normally go, but a place that is slightly above that you would like to pay for, but has been out of your comfortable budget. So that was Revelation 1. I have some other things to talk about, but I will do that later. But I wanted to address this lovely list. All right. Thank you for tuning in, Love Tubers. Mwah. Have a wonderful evening.